Call the roll.
Councilman Sabo, Councilman Spurlock,
Here.
Councilman DeFlippo,
Here.
Councilwoman Marker, Councilman Strider,
Here.
Councilman Lilly,
Here.
Councilman Reimer,
Here.
Councilwoman Walker,
Here.
Mayor Mullins. Absent. You have a quorum, Madam Chairman.
Councilman Reimer, will you lead us in a word of prayer?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and watch care over each one of us, and we thank you for each and everyone's here tonight. We ask you to be with us in our meeting, be with everything we say and done. These things we ask in your name, and amen.
Margie, pledge.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My goodness.
So we give a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So bad at this point.
We have a second.
Second.
Okay.
Got that? Bob, Lily, and Kim.
Yes, I do.
City's monthly financials, not tonight. Okay, petitions, communications, and public hearings. So I'm going to open the public hearing to approving the issuance of housing development revenue notes.
Anyone to speak?
Is there anyone other than Brian to speak? Are you speaking tonight?
Yeah, I can. This public hearing is basically a rehash of what was done back in May.
Ryan, what's his name?
Ryan White, sorry.
The cost of construction has increased, so we had to go back to another public hearing to account for the cost. It went from 13.1 million, and the resolution says 14 million, but the notes are probably going to be 13.7, 13,770,000. But again, this is these notes are payable only from the borrower, which is Southmore Redevelopment, and the city won't be paying any money on this at all, or the housing authority for that matter.
Thank you. Is there anybody else here to speak? Okay, we close the public hearing. So item B, would you please read the resolution, Margie?
Amended and restated resolution approving the issuance of Housing Authority of the City of South Charleston Housing Development Revenue Notes, Southmore Apartments Project, Series 2022, for the purpose of constructing, designing, rehabilitating, and equipping renovations to Southmore Hills Apartments.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, by Councilman Willie, is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Spurlock. All those in favor? Signify by aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion or resolution passes. Item C, Margie, you want to read the resolution for the open container law, please?
A resolution to waive the open container law, endorse the application for a Class West Virginia ABCC beer license for YWCA Guys Night Out.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I make a motion.
Okay, Councilman Reimer.
Second.
Councilman Lilly, second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, item D, we need to open up another public hearing. So this public hearing is amending Article, which one? 14, Section 14.1 regarding primary and general elections. This is the first reading. Anyone here to speak? Come right up and state your name, please.
May it please the council, my name is Thornton Cooper, ThorntonCooper. I'm a native and resident of South Charleston, a registered voter. I live at 3015 Ridgeview Drive, South Charleston, and I'm speaking in favor of the charter amendment which was set forth in the legal ad several weeks ago. I'm also the Secretary and Acting Chairman of the South Charleston Democratic Executive Committee. And I have voted in the general election in 1971 when Mayor Roberts was running as city clerk and J. Alfred Poe was running for mayor in every city municipal quadrennial election ever since then. And I just want to give you all a little history behind this. This is at least the third time during my lifetime that the city has decided to change the terms about when the mayor and the council's terms begin. So from 1954 to 1962, if my memory serves me correctly, the mayor was Joseph Landere. During his term, they decided not to have the terms end 4 years after 62, so they decided to have a short term. And the mayor who was elected under that short term was a gentleman named Walter Kramer. And that short term ended in 1964. And I believe he tried to run again, was unsuccessful. So, in 1964, under the first four-year term under that charter change, L.M. McElwain was elected. And so his four-year term first four-year term went through 68, but for some reason the council was still unhappy, so they wanted to change it again. So they have him replaced after the first four-year term. They said, well, you can run, but it's only for a three-year term. So he ran for the three-year term, and that ended in 1971. And then under that charter change, we've operated ever since then for four-year terms. So you had 71 Mayor Poe was elected to one term, 75, and then Richie Robb was elected, and he followed for the next 32 years, and then 2007, Frank Mullins, and we're in one of his terms. So here we go again, but I'm in favor of this for a number of reasons. In the first place, I don't mind as a party official calling up people to work in the polls. I consider that to be a great honor. But it seems to me that the ballot is so short now as a result of some things that I have been pushing for decades that the legislature has finally adopted. At the time the last charter change was adopted that brought about the current, starting with Mr. L.M. McElwain's election, at that time, when they proved that was the late 60s, we elected at large, at the bottom on the ballot, 14 members of the House of Delegates. So you had 28 people running for 14 spots on the general election ballot. Now picture having the city election at the bottom of all this. Then you also we had two overlapping senatorial districts, so we elected two. Every year ending in two, we had that until after the 1970 census. Then it went down to 13 at large. And then after the A census, we had 12 at large. And then I've been pushing for single member districts for almost 40 years. Then we went, in this district, went down to 7, and then down to either 3 or 4, and starting with this election, we're down to 1. So one advantage of having a shorter ballot before you get to the mayoral ballot underneath is people just don't get overwhelmed. How can you possibly go through that many names and become an expert on those people? A lot of people just give up. That's now been, this charter change would end that. And so instead, we'll have a much shorter ballot. Furthermore, the plan is to have this basically kick in for four-year terms beginning in 2026. That's what we call an off-year election, a year that is divisible by 2 but not by 4. So in off-year elections, you do not have the president and vice president on the ballot. You do not have the governor on the ballot, the secretary of state, the auditor, the treasurer, the commissioner of agriculture, and the other office. There are 6 of them. And you also do not have the county offices on the ballot for the following offices: the sheriff, the prosecutor, and the assessor. I may have left out a few. So I think it's a very good idea to have us dovetail in with this proposal that was set forth in legal ad. Furthermore, one thing I've observed, since I'm the person who designed the 8 single-member ward plan 40 years ago, is it's not too bad when we have council members who lose and get less than 100 votes, but we have so little voter participation in some of our wards that the winner in a contested election sometimes gets fewer than 100 votes. That is a very bad example of how people think. What they think of the people running for office. My feeling is if we have the city elections at the tail end of the ballot, on the off-year elections, we'll get better voter turnout. And my feeling is the more people who participate, the better the result is in terms of democracy. So I favor the approval of that charter change. Thank you for your attention.
Absolutely, thank you. Is there anybody else here to speak? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. We'll move on to our item E. Margie, the ordinance. Would you like to read the title, please?
An ordinance to amend Article 14, Section 14.1 of the Charter of the City of South Charleston concerning when primary and general elections are to be held in terms of office. All right.
Any discussion, any questions?
And that's first reading, so move,
Yep.
motion to move to second reading.
So anybody want to make a motion to approve this?
Move on to a
Okay.
second reading.
Yep,
And that was Kent?
yep, and Councilman Spurlock will second.
Okay.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? Adam. All right, moving on to G. No, I'm sorry, F. Would you read the resolution, please, Margie?
A resolution authorizing execution of property access agreement with Union Carbide Corporation.
Is there any explanation from you, Margie?
Yeah, we've been working with UCC's counsel, Trish Bello, and one of their consultants. If you guys remember, some of you may remember, back in August of 2011, we had our first property access agreement with Union Carbide Corporation, where they installed 4 or 5 monitoring wells. They provided some of the test results to Steve DeBar and I up front, and then 7 or 8 years later, this this agreement is somewhat parallel to that 2011 agreement. So they're looking to install the groundwater monitoring wells over near, adjacent to Columbia Street and a few other areas. We've provided information in there to indemnify the city. It won't be any cost to the city, and we've had folks review the plan and approve it. So it's something the administration supports.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, Councilman Lilly, is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Spurlock. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, resolution passes. Item G, we're going to eliminate from the agenda tonight, and we're going to come up with a different solution on this. So we're going to call a meeting of the whole, which means we'll meet like we do for budget meetings. So would it be within your all's ability to meet next Thursday at 6 or 7 at the municipal building, so we can get together and take a look at the wards?
It's fine.
Which time would you all prefer?
Because I'll have to notice it.
Yeah.
Because if there's more than 3 of you in a meeting, it's got to be a public meeting.
David, are you around? Go ahead, Adam.
Later would be better.
7?
7.
Okay. David, how about you? He said that's fine. I think that's what I read.
I think that's what I read now.
He's got
I'm not a really good lip reader, but is that?
Yes, that's fine. 7 o'clock
Okay,
works.
fantastic, okay. Okay, so that's really all we have for
So
that.
that'll be here?
It'll be in
The
the municipal building in the
across the
conference
street.
room. It will be a public meeting, but that way you can sit around the table. We'll have a big map, and you can ask questions and figure out, And then Mr. Cooper did do the work on
The adjustments.
the adjustments, but it's complicated, and so it takes why things are how they are, because some of it is dictated as since we're moving to the off-year election, and how the ballots at the precincts are, and how our city is divided in delegate districts and senatorial districts. That sort of
And it
dictates
doesn't
where some of the lines
affect,
need
it
to be.
doesn't affect all. It doesn't affect
No.
all precincts,
Yeah,
all
Adam,
wards.
yours and Bob's don't, they don't change, or they change very little, right, Thornton?
Absolutely.
Right.
Jamie's changes slightly. The biggest changes are the
Kent.
4th Ward.
Kent's and,
Well, Kent's doesn't really change much at all. 1st Ward changes
oh,
very
it
slightly.
does, that's exactly right.
It's the 3rd Ward, the 4th Ward, and the 2nd Ward are the ones, and the 5th Ward that have
Yeah.
the most change. And they're not huge, but some of it is, because you'll get questions, well, why am I not in this ward?
I mean,
The
there's
good
gonna
thing
have to
is
be
the
a lot of
county
clarity
did
around it.
let them, people stay in their precincts and vote.
And
They'll-
we will do that same thing,
But
because the
that-
ballots will reflect
Yeah, but
that.
it'll be, an A or a B, but if we change things more, then it might be a A, B, C, and D
Yeah,
ballot, because they would be in this ward in this city council, but.
well, you'll
but-
vote where you vote.
But in another
But you-
district.
Your
for-
ballot may
Your ballot would
read
be
whatever your precinct
Right.
number is A, or
Right.
whatever your precinct number is B, you'll still vote where you vote.
But
For
it
some
could-
of them, we've,
But if you don't stay on the same things, then it's gonna create even more of those
complications.
iterations of
Yeah.
what ballot you get. If that,
Yes, let's make it confusing.
Okay.
It's
And
great.
because the county has basically tried to keep it simple, I think that the city would do well to follow that same
but anyway,
guideline as they did.
we'll have the map out.
Yeah.
And,
That way we can look at it and understand.
yeah, and ask specific questions, and see where the line is. You can look at it, but unless you get it blown up, it's hard to know all.
Will they be?
Yes, the
But-
regional council has
Right.
making us a really big map. Like it'll
I
take
thought
up-
it was really easy to understand, I told you, lot 32.104, lot 24 to 25, I had it down, it was great.
Geez, that. Okay, so this is next Thursday, which would be the 13th,
Mm-hmm.
October 13th,
At 7,
at 7 in the municipal building,
in the conference room.
conference
Are you
room.
gonna send us an email out?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, well, it'll have to be an agenda, I mean,
Yeah.
and we'll post it.
Okay.
There's something else going on that Thursday.
Pardon me?
There's something else going on that Thursday as well. This, the fire department's having something.
Oh,
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 is that the chili?
Hey,
No, because I
Chief.
had that on my calendar.
is
Chief,
that the 6 o'clock awards? I've got it on my calendar, hold on one second, I'll have it on here. At Little Creek?
Mm-hmm.
well, it doesn't mean we can't have the meeting.
That is at 6, that's at 6, we can just come down here.
Well, no, we can have the meeting upstairs in the,
Oh, at
in
Little
the mayor's
Creek?
room at Little Creek. As long as you notice where the meeting is, you can have a meeting anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, because
As long as it
his
has public
awards,
access.
his award is at 6, they start at 6, but Adam said he can't come till 8, so.
Why don't we do it 7 up
Up
at
there?
at Little Creek?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good catch on that. Don't want to miss Chief's, don't want to miss Chief's event, that's right.
That's a good event too.
It is, it was outside last year, but hopefully we won't have to be this year. I hope not. Remember we were
Oh, yeah, we
outside
were
because
outside
of
because of
COVID?
COVID.
Yeah.
We could just do it
I just thought
Friday
it
and
was-
have a happy hour.
All right, we all gotta behave, even though Frank's not here, that's right. Right, all right, let's move on to bids. Ken, are you ready? Consideration of bids? Okay.
Bear with me here just a few minutes. The first one is paving. Rick and I, we've already went over this in the finance committee. We've sent out 3 bids. We only got one back, which was West Virginia Paving for the unit bid of $140 per ton. Last year you said, what, $80 a ton? or something?
82.
Yeah, but it's 140, and do I hear a motion that we accept that bid?
Well, you made the motion.
You're the
You need
motion,
a
that's
second.
okay.
You're the motion, so you need a
Do I
second.
have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Yeah, by Ms.
All in-
Marker.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, cool. All right, the next one is recycle bids. Let me find it here.
Well, you need a roll call vote on that, sir.
Yes.
On the paving or what?
Yes,
every
all of
bid.
your bids
On
will
all
be.
one, I'm okay.
Uh-huh,
All money's gotta be,
Okay.
okay. Councilman, well, it'd be Councilman Spurlock,
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker,
Yes.
Councilman Strider,
Yes.
Councilman Lilly,
Yes.
Councilman Heimer,
Yes,
Councilwoman Walker.
yes.
It is unanimous vote, so we're good.
okay. The next one is the recycle bags. And the price on those is $13,559.04.
Make a
Okay,
motion.
motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, roll call. Hey, we got this right. Jamie.
Jamie can miss all the time.
I knew it. Jamie.
Councilman Spurlock.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker.
Yes. Yes.
Councilman Strider, has he left us?
Yes.
Oh,
He's still, he's
okay,
just not on the
good,
screen.
okay. Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
Is unanimous.
Okay, the next one is for a HVAC repair bid at the community center. It's a blower wheel assembly,
Yes.
right, at the pool area, AHU, what that stands for. It's all
Air handler unit.
Okay, and the price, right, good, okay, the price on that is $35,195. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
What? She does roll call.
Roll call.
Who does it? I want that today yet.
I'm sorry, did you second that?
Second, yes, Mr. Spurlock did.
Karen Markey.
Marty's messed that. Rick, go on.
Usually Jamie reads the whole paragraph and I got time to, you're not doing that.
We're at a ball game.
Councilman Spurlock.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker.
Yes.
Councilman Strider.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Marker. Walker.
Yes. You're all right. We're used to it by
I
now.
know, yeah.
Bob, why didn't you do that?
He's not a finance chief.
Oh,
Okay.
You still want your job? I'll do away with it tonight. Chief of police or dime a dozen.
He's gonna be sorry he said that.
Yeah, right. Okay, the next one is the terror spike. This is at the golf course.
Wait, you've missed one. You missed the change order for the fire station.
Okay, let's go back, okay? What that is a device to put in, this is for Station 5, the new station, and it's for the exhaust to put on the truck so they can go out up the roof and we don't lose no firemen. Okay? And the price on that, hang on a minute,
$13,599.04.
okay? Okay. $35,195, right?
No,
no.
$13,599.04.
I don't know where it is here.
There you go.
Okay, I thought we'd already done that. There it is, $13,594.04, right?
Yes.
599 before.
Do I hear a motion? We said
That's
that.
you. You're the
Second?
motion.
Second?
Second.
Second of mine.
All in
Councilman
favor?
Spurlock. No, we're gonna do a roll call.
Councilman Spurlock. Councilman
I'm not
DeFlippo.
done yet.
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker.
Yes.
Councilman Strider.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
That's a unanimous vote.
Now we're down to the golf course, right?
Yes.
Okay, and this is on the business of golf course equipment. This is a device to work on the greens, right? It's almost like an aerated system like that. And we're buying one that Chillicothe, there's a country club in Chillicothe had. They paid about $70,000 for it, and they're selling it back to this company, and we're buying it for $34,000. Is that correct? Yes.
That's a motion.
But it's a motion. Do I have a second?
Councilwoman Marker. Okay,
Roll call vote.
okay. Councilman Spurlock.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Marker.
Yes.
Councilman Strider.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
That is a unanimous vote.
Mayor, that's all I have.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
You did a great job.
Well, if Rick hadn't been here, there's been lots to do.
I don't think Rick was heckling you like Chief. Now we're ready for department head report.
Chief wants to get rid of them.
Hanny, do you have anything you need to tell us tonight?
say.
I was just making sure. Nobody?
Say something.
Homecoming went well, I'll take it.
Great. Parade went good,
Yep,
in and out.
that's it. Okay. We have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta wait.
Let's have a roll call.
You
got to pay for this type of comedy.
It's okay. $25.
See Mr. Romer in action.